What you just heard was the glorious sound of the V12 Formula One engine, but it wasn't Italian, German, or British. It was French. That engine was designed by an engineer with only prior experience in designing an ordinary inline-4 engine for a passenger car. Hey everyone, welcome back to another Revving Heart video. Today, let's take a look at the iconic Matra Formula One engine. Matra, officially known as Mécanique Aviation Traction, was a prominent French industrial consortium renowned for its diverse range of products encompassing aerospace, weaponry, and automobiles. Established in 1964 by Jean-Luc Lagardère, Matra emerged from the amalgamation of several other companies he owned. They established their racing division in 1965. In 1966, a man named Georges Martin joined Matra Sports. He was previously employed by Simca, a French automaker, where he designed the famous Poissy engine. Upon his arrival at Matra Sport, he was given a simple task by Jean-Luc Lagardère, the head of Matra, to design a V12 F1 engine capable of producing a staggering 150 bhp per liter. Georges Martin got to work, and by 1969, a 3-liter all-aluminum V12 engine capable of producing up to 450 horsepower and 350 Newton-meters of torque was ready to go. The engine featured an all-aluminum block and covers with a 60-degree cylinder bank angle. It had forged steel crankshafts and forged aluminum pistons. Both were connected by 116mm titanium connecting rods. However, the initial MS9 version only made 390 bhp and wasn't the greatest performing engine on the grid of the 1969 championship. But Matra played it safely with their other cars fitted with the famous Cosworth DFV engine. This precautionary measure helped Matra to win the 1969 championship title with the help of the driver Jackie Stewart. But instead of making the logical choice by ditching their engine program, Matra got to work on finding ways to improve their V12 engine. Matra closely studied the Cosworth engine and made some critical changes to their power plant. They dramatically reduced the valve angle from 56 degrees to 33.5 degrees. They checked the durability of the dual coil valve springs before assembly by cycling them at a speed equivalent to 14,000 RPM for 6 hours. The steel camshafts were held by 7 bearings and driven via spur gears in the front of the engine. There was an ignition distributor and Lucas fuel injection pump driven up the rear of the intake camshafts. Matra made this engine an integral part of the chassis. In late 1969, the engine was dyno tested and the results were promising. The power levels appeared to equal out, with Cosworth at 10,000 RPM, and it could potentially rev even higher. It delivered 450 horsepower at 11,000 RPM, which is a significant 60 horsepower increase. The torque peaked at 8,000 RPM with a figure of 350 Newton meters. This improved V12 was then fitted to their MS-120 F1 car and began its racing journey in 1970. In the 3 years it competed, it only achieved 5 podiums and 3 fastest laps. In short, the results were mediocre at best. But the glory days of the V12 were yet to come. But it wasn't in Formula One, instead it was in the world's most prestigious endurance race, Le Mans. From 1972 to 1974, the team won the race 3 times in a row, and their cars finished on the podium a total of 7 times during this period. Along with the great drivers and superb chassis, the Matra's 3-liter V12 played a crucial part in the team's success. Matra's MS670 race car was one of the most advanced cars of its time. MS670 was powered by the same 3-liter V12 from their Formula One program. But now it was producing a staggering 530 bhp. Matra's driver lineup at Le Mans included some of the best names in racing at the time, such as Henri Pescarolo, Jean-Pierre Beltoise, and Gérard Larousse. These drivers were able to exploit the advantages of the MS670, which was fairly advanced for its time. It featured a number of innovative design elements, such as a long tail, a large rear wing, and ground effects. The car was also very lightweight, thanks to its aluminum construction. In 1975, Matra withdrew from motorsports altogether. After Matra's withdrawal from Formula One in 1972, the team sold its V12 engine to Ligier. Ligier used the Matra V12 in its JS5 and JS7 Formula One cars in the late 1970s. Ligier achieved some success with the Matra V12 engine. In 1978, Jacques Laffite finished second in the Formula One World Drivers' Championship, driving a Ligier JS7 powered by the Matra V12 engine. Ligier also finished second in the Formula One World Constructors' Championship in 1979. Since Matra stopped further development of the power plant, the 3-liter V12 engine was becoming increasingly outdated by the late 1970s. The maintenance costs were becoming unreasonable, and the engine was less efficient compared to the competition, which made the engine less suitable for endurance racing. In 1980, Ligier switched to using a Cosworth DFV engine. The Cosworth DFV engine was simpler, more reliable, and more fuel efficient than the Matra V12 engine. Ligier continued to use the Cosworth DFV engine until 1983. The Matra V12 engine was kind of a big deal for its time. It had character and soul, and it was incredibly powerful. It helped Matra to achieve great success in motorsport. Even though it wasn't an astronomical success in Formula One, Matra's courage to build their own engine should be appreciated, because it gave us the opportunity to listen to one of the best-sounding V12s ever made. Before wrapping up, let's have a listen to the glorious V12 one more time.